Hey guys, welcome to ASF's new testimonial video. Today we have with us Mr. Makrand Chauhan, who is our bona fide client, and he's going to share his experience with our 16-week ISP Incredibly Simple program. So, without wasting any time, let's get started. So, hi, how are you doing, Makrand?
Hi, Mutoj. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this with us. And before we begin, before you share your experience and we share your success story with ASF's bona fide audience, I would like to ask you, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself before we begin.
Hello everybody. I'm a legal professional. I'm in the fields of patents, and I'm in a sedentary work. Obviously, I go to office. I have to sit at one place. There's not much activity to do. So I was getting fatter with time. My paunch was getting out. So obviously, I wanted to get better health-wise, but I did not have any planned routine. I did not have any advisor who can advise me on how to get along on the bandwagon to get on the bandwagon of fitness. And also, I wanted to gain muscle. So I came across Amitoj's page on Instagram, and his profile, his bio was quite up to the mark, and he was very convincing upfront. And so I joined him, and now today I'm here in front of you.
Great. And you're not just here, Makran. You are here as one of our success stories. And
Thank
you're one of the people we take absolute pride in because you not only showed us what you are capable of, but also instilled the belief within us that, our coaching style and the alignment that we had in terms of the whole process, because I know it was not easy for you as well, you know, us working together and getting on this journey wherein we handheld you and actually got you to where you had to get. Because I remember when we started, there were so many things which we were like inherently worried about. The blood markers were, off the charts. And then other than that, you complained that you're not finding something sustainable to do. And then there
Yes.
was lack of knowledge regarding fitness, not knowing what exact program you needed. And then there was lack of self belief also that kitne time mein
Hmm.
hoga yaar? So, having said that, I have a lot of questions, and I'm sure ASF's family would also want to know more about your transformation. So, I'll ask you the first one. So, you said that before we came in along, your paunch was just going through the roof, and you knew that it was time to make a change. So, when we started
Yes.
working, what was the one best thing that you liked most about our ISP program?
Actually, there's just not one thing that I like about the ISP program. There are many things. Amitoj gave me a complete diet chart. He had many sessions in which we planned our workouts as well, planned about which workout to do on which day, and there were quite a lot of he keeps on sending motivational messages on WhatsApp, because it's not just the journey towards fitness, not just in terms of diet but also in terms of muscular development. It goes through many phases. Sometimes you're not motivated, sometimes you're not getting the food that you want to eat. So all of that needed to be on track and had to be in I would say, coordination with each other. So it was quite a wholesome, comprehensive charting, monitoring of the fitness plan, and I'm absolutely satisfied with this fact that it's a wholesome experience.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words, Makran. So, if we look at the stats, we got you into the body recomp program and we started about 7, 8 kgs heavier. So, could you just share your stats with the family that what was your weight before? What was the way you looked before? Of course, we'll share a before and after picture, in this current phase. And we had to get you from the paunch phase to the flat belly phase. So, what were the stats like basically? And how did you feel like after as the journey kept on progressing in terms of not only the way you looked, but also in terms of how you felt overall?
So earlier, I'm basically a skinny fat person. Earlier, my fat was deposited on. I had chest fat, and obviously I talked about paunch. My belly was just protruding outwards. And of course, I thought that it was gynecomastia, but it wasn't. Obviously, Amitosh convinced me very well. And he also told me how on getting on this track, we'll be able to reduce fat as well as gain muscle. And I'm very happy to know that we have since progressed sufficiently well, and I feel better in mentally, physically. I feel more conscious, and you can obviously see my pictures as well. As he has told me that even my ab lining has come out, and this is something that I was not expecting at all. I'm quite happy with the development, and
Amazing.
I'm now going on the muscular development program as well.
That's great. That's amazing to know, Makran. And how, when you said you felt happy, I mean, did other changes also started coming in your life? Like, when a person loses weight, a lot of confidence also starts coming because you start fitting better into your clothes. You see that people respond to you better. Did any of that happen to you as we progress through this program?
Yeah, everybody in my office was complimenting on the way I could maintain my figure post 30. My boss had told me that it's just his number in terms of age. I mean, his age in terms of numbers was increasing. He does not look as if he has crossed 25. So it was quite a big compliment. Then
Amazing.
another senior told me that I'm looking at the fact that it's only cake that or ice cream. I can say I like ice cream, but that's the only thing that I'm craving for, and the rest of the junk food I don't need to feel to have it every second or third day. That is also something I would take as compliment, because of the fact that people in my office are used to eating junk every third day, either it is be it samosa or pastry or whatever from Theobroma and stuff. So I have full control over my tongue. That is also quite an achievement, I personally think. Okay, not full, but quite a lot, sufficiently enough. So that is also something that people praise. So they are like, okay, they are surprised by the facts. So that's also a happiness factor in my life.
Great.
And
Great, great, great. So that being said, you said, of course, there was inherent confidence that now you knew what the right mindful way of consuming a diet was. And you were aware of the fact that, you could see that people who were around you were still mindlessly doing things. And of course, that resulted in so many things, like you said, fitting better into your clothes and, age just being a number and your boss just coming forth and telling you that, right up that you look way younger. And I think that's one of the things which happens when you lose weight per se, that you just don't lose weight but you gain a lot of things in the interim. And with your case,
yes,
I can
exactly.
say this as a testimony that I have seen your confidence increase. And this is something like when we started,
Thank you.
you were really really apprehensive about doing,
Mm,
and
mm,
now I'm glad that the apprehension has changed. And now, guys, I'd like you to know that Makrand is still continuing with us. We have successfully achieved the body recomp goals. Now he's back to the flat tummy. Now we are going to be putting him through the muscle gain program. And we are also going to ensure that now, because he's done the work and he deserves to be rewarded. So the every third day pact that he just discussed, that he likes to have ice cream and cake, we are going to make sure that we
mm.
include adequate amount of it, because fitness is not about, just abstaining yourself from things. It's about knowing what right knowledge to apply so that you can A, enjoy the foods you like, B, still live the life that you are living, then C, still see the results that you want to see. And that's precisely what we did with Makrand as well. So Makrand, many ice creams coming your way. That is my guarantee in the muscle gain program. So Makrand,
Thank
before
you.
we started, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Mhm.
So before we started, Makrand, you mentioned a little bit about you not knowing the right knowledge, but you said that you had joined Cult Fit, and you mentioned like not taking any names. We can just like beep that out. But you were in lieu with these big organizations who give group classes. So how was the ISP program different from all these previous approaches that you've tried in the past but have not worked for you?
Um, well, I would say that the ISP program was tailor made specifically for me, because all these gym chains or these health fitness clubs, they are not bad. There's nothing oblique or obsolete about them. It's just that they are not tailor-made. They don't have tailor-made program for you. They have tailor-made their own fitness regimens. But if you have certain goals in terms of how you want to look or how you want to feel, that has to be tailor-made, keeping in mind your body statistics, your lifestyle. Some people have sedentary work lifestyle, some people have field work to do, so you cannot put them on the same background. But with Amito's ISP program, it was taking care of the fact that my other facets of my life, which might or might not affect my fitness goals, are also taken into consideration. That is one of the main edge factor of Amito's ISP program, and I'll suggest that everybody goes up for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your token of gratitude, your kind words. And I completely agree with you that although when you get big in the world of fitness, you start assuming that there is a one size fits all approach. But it can never be true because every person is different. And you just mentioned tailor made. I believe that when you work with a client per se, like you said, you might be just demanding the things which are so contrary to what another counterpart must be demanding. So that not just in terms of your lifestyle being sedentary, but also us understanding what your medical parameters are, where your mindset is at, what your craving rate is, what are the things you crave for, and how to make sure that we don't take them out completely out of your diet, yet still give you the results that you want. So many factors come in. But I'm very glad to know that you like the customization part of it. This is something we take pride in when we do ISP. Of course, we push you to the limit, but we also make sure that we do it in a way that it's customizable, A, B, sustainable. And also, when we say it's sustainable, you don't only carry the results for a short term, you also do it for the very long term because now you've figured out a way to make sure how fitness has to be taken care of in your life. So I'm glad that you chose us and we could help you successfully in this journey. So having said that, there's going to be a muscle gain testimonial coming from Makrand very soon in a couple of months. But I want to know, having accomplished what we accomplished so far, you lost, I think, around 6 to 7 kgs successfully and recomposed that into
Yeah,
muscle,
definitely.
right? So, having achieved those results with us in like such a short span of time, what would you say are your future plans in terms of, well, we know like with working with us, you're still working with us, but in terms of fitness and in
Mhm.
terms of your whole outlook towards how fitness has been for you?
So my future goal is to look more like Amitoj, as you can see him on Instagram.
So
So
we'll
maybe I
get you
can
there,
give
man.
him some, mm, not just get bang for my money invested, but also give him the competition as well in
We would
terms of
love
how
that,
I
man.
look as well.
We'd take a nice
So,
picture with our gains together, just like standing, like the mentor and the mentee. We're
definitely,
definitely doing that.
definitely.
And if you put in the work, Maghran, I guarantee you that this is something which is very much possible. And now with the muscle gain program, we are going to be monitoring your progress even better. I just explained to you about it. So, but that is for a later time. And now that you've said that you want to continue with it, and we've like instilled a very positive line of thought regarding fitness in you that you want to make it even better for you. And after that, you'll also be taught how to maintain it so that the aesthetics are in place, but your health markers also stay exactly like how they are. So that being said, my final question to you, Makran, would be this, and please tell me this with, in an utmostly, in the most heartiest manner possible, that what would you like to say to the people who are watching you right now on this video, who are planning to get started just like you, but their own thoughts, their own struggles, their own routines are holding them back. They're busy professionals like you, and they know that they have to get started, but some are the excuses just coming into their life. So what would you like to tell them as like a final testimony?
So I think if you follow fitness pages or you are just conscious that way, people keep on telling you that if you have to play the long term game, you have to be consistent. um, we are already always consistent on the economic front. We have to go to work and earn money, so we know that if we are skipping one day we are losing money. That makes complete sense. But in terms of health and fitness, we are like not we are not that serious because we are not gaining something monetarily. But I would say gaining your health and development in terms of physical or mental now would be of extra vigent consequence in the long term. So you might consider your body, your mind as some kind of bank in which you are putting, you are depositing your daily, whatever you want to call it, in your daily deposits. So in that term, if of course, if you are a fitness freak that way, by default, it's a different story. But the working professionals, most of them are like, we are done with the work and we now want to just sleep on the bed and do nothing, maybe watch TV. But if you replace that with an activity that is going to help you in the long term, so in that case, a fitness program like this, an online program in which you are getting proper guidance, proper education, knowledge will help you not just during that course of the program, but also as a long-term plan. And I think everybody should go for it in today's time, at least once in their life.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. That was so insightful to say, Makran. People don't realize this, that they think, okay, wealth is costing them something. But we don't realize that if health is neglected in collection of wealth, there are, like I was just discussing with you before this call, that, there are three pillars in life: health, wealth, and relationships. And
Yes.
in whichever pillar you lose out, you are actually losing out on the holistic perspective, on the holistic standpoint of life that there actually is. And wealth once lost can be gained back, but health once lost can never be gained.
Cannot.
So, leaving you all with this beautiful thought, I would just like to say that this concludes our testimonial interview with Makaran. And I hope you guys received some value from it. And it would propel you to make the right decision to get fitness back into your life if it's missing. Not only just, through me, but also realizing that your health, your body, your physique, these demand some attention from you. And some portion of your life should be dedicated on getting your health and keep getting your health back if it's lost, but also keeping it optimally so that you don't suffer for the rest of your life, right? So it's again a long-term investment, and health always will be. But I would just like to thank Makran for being so gracious enough to giving us his bona fide time from his busy schedule. And I would tell him that of course he should keep crushing it so far, and he's been crushing it so far, he should keep crushing it further as well. And since you are with us, we'll take care that that happens. And I really, really hope that all of you watching at least get motivated and inspired by Makran's story, because we're going to be showing him all over our Instagram page, and learn a thing of two that he has learned by his imparting his journey with us. So whatever your fitness goals, guys, we here at ASF are here to help you achieve them in a quick, rightful, sustainable manner. So today we'll say goodbye to Makran, but we'll soon be back with another testimonial. Until then, I'd like to tell you, I am Coach Amitoj from ASF, signing off. Bye bye. Take care, Makran, and thank you so much for coming to this interview.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Thank you.